So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. I hope you have had a wonderful weekend. I hope you're having beautiful weather like we are. Sunny, clear, beautiful, 75 degrees, spring, and allergies are all over the place, right? And we welcome you back to the channel. So we hope you are doing really, really good. I wasn't going to film a video this weekend. I was going to wait and kick everything off tomorrow, Monday morning. I have a whole list of items. I hope you are doing your homework with me. I hope you are feeling the push to really motivate yourself to get a lot done as quickly as you can. Hopefully on some form of a schedule like I have to put myself on. I am pushing it to the limit, baby, okay? Starting tomorrow, it's going to be on fire because I want a lot of things done by May. And, you know, a lot of these things were in the works already, but it's nice to go, okay, it's do or die, people. It's do or die. So here's the deal. So let's talk about this for a minute. I kind of touched upon this the other day, which is where are you here? Okay, what's going to be the mental situation for most people in a hard time situation such as, a deep recession, right? All the job losses that we are beginning to see, more inflation coming our way, the pressure on the family unit, the pressure that's on all of us right now. My goal is to try to encourage, I'm just going to tell you what I think, but also my goal is to try to motivate people to have the strength within themselves to be able to withstand what I feel is coming. When exactly that's going to hit, what exactly is going to hit, how the dominoes may fall, I don't know, but I know it's going to be in our lifetime. I'm confident in that, more than confident in that. So I made a post today as I was shelling corn, because right now what I'm doing, I've got all my corn shelled that I grind for cornmeal, but I'm also shelling some for seed saving, okay? And I was sitting there thinking about it, and I thought, you know, how many people are sitting here or at their picnic table doing what I'm doing? That doesn't make me special. Not trying to toot a horn here. Toot, toot. What I'm saying is, I didn't have time up until late this afternoon to shower, to fuss with my hair, fuss with my clothes. No, I had a lot of work to do. And so I'm going to be honest here. I see a lot of women. I know women. I'm not trying to bash women here, but I am going to, because it's guys too. We'll get to that. They are so focused still to this day on getting a manicure, getting a pedicure, getting a weekly massage, getting a $150 facial every 2 weeks. They go to the grocery store when they want to. These people are fully aware of all the things that we talk about, but they haven't put themselves to action. They haven't put themselves to budgeting. They haven't put themselves to discipline. It's not my business. I get that. And if you're the first person to sit here and get offended by what I'm saying, well, I'm sorry, but this is my channel and I feel compelled to speak the truth about this, because I think what this is ultimately going to come down to is how are these people going to be able to handle the mental stress of understanding that what they look like and all the spoils that we have in our lives is either going to be substantially cut back to almost zero or be gone. If things get bad enough, don't think that that's not going to happen. So I have the attitude of, and I'm not perfect at it. There she is. I'm not perfect at this, okay? And I'm not trying to throw you or someone else under the bus. I actually am coming from a place of concern, because you wake up one day and you suddenly can't do this, and you suddenly can't do that, and you're being told that you can't go here, you can't do that. Or if you get onto digital currency, then you're definitely going to be told what you're going to do with your money. What if we go into such a depression that places aren't going to be open, or, think about that. Think about that. Hey, sister. Hey, sister. This climbing stuff got you in trouble. So what I'm saying here, folks, is I made a post saying basically, cute just died. And that a man is going to want to be with a woman that can grow the food, feed the family, feed the hog, and, sustain till the next year. And that's what I believe. Because I'm going to tell you right now, most women that I know that are single, they're not out looking for a bunch of pretty boys. No, they're not. They want loyalty. And they want a man that puts his wife and family first and is going to do whatever it takes to sustain. I believe that within the realm of men these days too. Well, most people understood what I was saying, but I had a couple of women who just weren't having what I was putting out there. And, I offended them, basically, is what it looks like. Very sad, because the reality is I had a great-great-grandmother growing up until I was 16 years old. I've talked about her a million times on this channel because I just said the other day, I really honestly said this, I said, I would give anything to have her sitting in that chair right there just for 5 minutes so I could pick her brain. Of all the people, I would want to pick her brain, not just from genealogy and things that I missed growing up with her on because I was too young to ask questions. But I want to know what she would think about this, and how did she survive the pandemic of 1918? How did they survive during World War I when her husband was gone? How did they survive the Great Depression and she had a baby? How did they survive going through World War II and all the things? This woman never had a tooth in her head all the time that I knew her, and she hated wearing her false teeth, her dentures. She hated them. She still bathed once a week. Never saw makeup on her. Ever. I don't even know if anybody ever saw her really in any makeup. The only time that she'd put on a bra is if she had to go somewhere, church. This woman got up, and every day we gardened, we fished, we canned. She taught me how to count. She did all the right things that she needed to be doing. And all that time, she never fussed about what she looked like. I never saw her in a pair of pants, to my knowledge. She wore an apron. She was very feminine, believe it or not, even with snuff. But my point here is these types of women that were that rugged and willing to cherish what mattered, which was getting the job done, raising the babies, raising the grandbabies, taking care of her husband. When you do all of these things during the time frame that we just talked about, which is going to be the time frame that I feel that we're going to go back to as far as hurt, depression, hurt. There's no time for all of these things. There's no time to worry about going and getting massages and pedicures and your hair colored and your eyebrows waxed. Now, I'm not telling you, listen to me right now. I'm not even going to put up with any comments about this. I'm standing here right now. I took a shower this afternoon, washed my hair, put in my little earbobs. I painted my barn just a little bit, whatever. And I had a nice dinner with my family for my dad's birthday. But up until 4 o'clock, even on a Sunday, we were working our fingers to the bone today. That doesn't make me more important than anybody else out there, but I want women to be mentally prepared for these things. And I don't want you to feel these pressures, these Instagram, TikTok pressures of feeling like you have to be on point with everything all day long. That is going to take away your time to prepare. Like I said, I didn't say walk around smelling like the bottom of a barrel that's been sitting out here by the cow manure all the time. I'm not saying don't take pride in your home. I'm not telling you not to floof your hair a little bit. What I'm saying is better pick and choose your priorities. And this goes for men too. Instead of the guys being at the golf course all the time or out on the boat or doing all of these things, what is he doing to take care of his home? What is he doing? What are you doing to take care and being the head of the household? Now, I'm not saying, again, that you don't deserve to have a day off every now and then, to have some fun. I get all of these things. But the problem is that's not what society is doing. People aren't working 6 days a week with a job and preparedness and gardening and doing all of these things to be sustainable and then taking the time to do something fun one day, one afternoon, here or there, or whatever with the family. No, it's all the time. And that's where my concern lies, is when these things are pressed down to the point where you're not doing them anymore and you have to accept that you have gray hair. I found a new gray hair. Do you see them up there? I know. There's new ones right there. You're watching me turn gray. What are you going to do when you can no longer do these things? I'm going out there and saying that. This is a conversation that you need to have with yourself. If you already have these answers like I do, like me, I say to heck with it now. That doesn't mean I don't take time to, like I said, paint my barn just a little bit, enjoy a family supper, whatever. But you know what? I'm back at the house. I'm back at it. That's my concern. This all ties into what are your priorities? Why are you so fixated on these things? And are you ready to accept the very obvious reality of a lot of these things are going to be going away for a lot of people already are? Why would you ever risk putting yourself into more debt for these things? Now, again, Mother's Day's coming around the corner. A lot of women like to get a mani-pedi and all these things. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a nice gift for a day. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, every now and then do something nice for yourself. I'm talking about overall big scheme. What is the priority? And what is it going to be like the day that something happens and you literally have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? If I hadn't gone and gotten all those mani-pedis that are $75 for each or whatever, how much they are now, I could have bought 3 silver coins with that. I could have bought a whole lot of food storage with that. I could have put more dog food or cat food up for my pets. I could have put food away for my neighbors because now they're in need and I have to look at them every day in need. Start having these conversations, folks. I will tell you this and then I will let you go. We came home and we drove by a blessing box and it was almost empty, and James said there's a man walking towards it. This is one of the blessing boxes that I try to keep fairly stocked when I go and do. And some of you folks out there, I want to say, I don't ask for money. I don't expect you to send me money, so nobody better take me out of context on that either, because I don't. But from time to time, somebody will send me a little cash or a little money, and they'll say, please use this to bless your blessing box. And every time, folks, I do. We drove by, and James said, that man's walking over to it. He's got a little basket, and this guy was pitiful. He's probably around my age. And I looked over, and the car that he came out of had an elderly lady in it. She was sitting. She opened the door. She looked to be at least in her 70s, if not 80. I'm assuming that may be his mother. And he walked over the blessing box, and it looks like there were some crackers or something in there. And I told James, I didn't even have to say anything. James said, you want me to turn around? I said, turn around. And we turned around, and we stopped that man, and we said, excuse me, and I gave him some money. That's what I could do today. And he was actually very reluctant. He said, you don't have to do this. And I said, yes, I do. And I thought he was going to start crying. He didn't cry, but he came close. And he was like, what is your names? I'm going to pray for you. And he said, you just really don't have to, you don't need to do this. And James, being so awesome, he said, sir, we will be back tomorrow with that same money, but we'll be in the form of cans to put in that blessing box. Go buy yourself some groceries tonight, okay? And take care of whoever's in that car. And he just was so nice. Not everybody that goes to the blessing boxes, folks, are people that are just trying to steal from others. It's not up to us to make these decisions. It's up to us to act when we're convicted, and we were convicted. But the point I'm making here is there's going to be a lot of people that you may know right now that are going to fall into that situation if things continue the route that they are on. I've got somebody visiting. Guys, I love you guys. We've had a really great weekend. I'm going to put some clips in of us going to a powwow at the beginning of the video and maybe on the next video because I want you to see it. It was really great. And I'm thinking about you. I don't come out of the gate saying the things that I say because I'm trying to scold you. I'm not saying the things that I'm saying because I'm trying to make myself feel better. I'm saying these things because I have legitimate concern for the mental well-being of the people of this country when we have a ginormous shift in our living conditions. It's happening already. That's my goal. Like, subscribe, and share. We have a lot of videos coming up this week. It's going to be a beautiful week and a busy one, and we just want to continue to motivate ourselves and to motivate you to stay very busy. We'll see you on the next video. Fritz, sweetheart, I hope I can give you all the attention that you want since you were biting on my sandals while I was filming my video. Somebody wanted a lot of attention. Do you know anything about that, Ginger?